So it's day 16 of Vlogmas. Welcome. Today has been a hot one in Melbourne. It's been like 37 degrees Celsius. I pulled my hair up because I didn't want it on my neck. So now it's on like a little dog poo on the top of my head. But there's these bits that are not long enough and they don't reach. So they've been still tickling my neck. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, I should have just put it in a ponytail, honestly. So I've been wandering around with a dog poo on the top of my head all day. It's meant that I haven't really got much done. I've had a headache all day. I did have the headache sort of when I went to bed last night, and I woke up this morning, it was still there, and I haven't been able to get rid of it, which has been frustrating, but you know, it's the way it is. I also had a friend pop over to borrow my overlocker, so we sat and we were chatting for a while, and yeah, just enjoying the air conditioning. We were drinking tea, which is fine because the air conditioner was on, so it didn't feel like we were drinking a hot beverage on a hot day. But yeah, even with the aircon on, it's still, we had to go out before to get more Panadol, so yeah, that's why I'm a little bit rosy at the moment. But yeah, as I said, I haven't got much done. What I want to try and do is get some of these Bird of Paradise painted. I think I spoke about that yesterday. I really need to get that other piece sorted out, but it's just too hot in the studio today. I would absolutely melt. So one thing I did want to talk about is creativity blocks. Now, I trained a few years ago as a creativity coach. And the reason I did that training is to help myself to get through some of those blocks, because you know, writers suffer, artists do, and even just as a jeweler, I was finding that there were times when I just couldn't come up with a new idea. I would just sit down and I really wouldn't be able to come up with anything. I'd be sitting there thinking, what should I do? How can I do this? And I learned that a lot of it is about anxiety and self-doubt. And I had a little bit of a block over the last couple of days with this new collection, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, yep. Some of it is about anxiety and self-doubt. So my creativity coach instructor, he basically taught us about, you know, thinking about things in a different way. So it's all right to ruin that piece of paper, or it's all right to ruin that piece of brass. You know, I know that I can put paint down on that, and if it doesn't work, I can paint the watercolor ground back over the top and start again. It is fine. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to ruin it. The other thing is just remembering how much I love this, how much I love the colors, how much I love the art of painting it and the finished product. So this can turn into this without a problem. I can do that. I am capable. But there is a lot that bubbles up, and it bubbles along below the surface for a while, and then you kind of, you come out the other side and you either do what you need to do or you don't. You procrastinate or whatever it is, or you just put it aside and say, I'm not going to do that. And I've taught myself to notice the things that I am saying to myself and working out what's good and what's negative. And a lot of it will be negative. So it's about working to get rid of that negative language and to substitute that with a kind of a more affirming sort of a language. It was just, I think it's bubbled up again because I know what I want to do, and I know this is like completely different to anything else I've seen out there. So now obviously I am worried, is it too different? And then I'm worried that, you know, what if I don't get it right? What if people don't love it as much as I love it, even though the feedback so far has been absolutely positive and brilliant? That needs to translate to sales, obviously. And I have made 2 sales, but I haven't launched the collection yet. So I haven't given it chance to have more sales. Another thing is that I suppose I've worked so hard at making jewellery, and there has been some disappointment along the way. So it's about not wanting to feel that pain and disappointment again. It's about wanting to have a collection that absolutely, knocks everyone's socks off and sells out, and all of those things that you really want for your business. I want to be able to have a collection where I launch it and it sells out within an hour or something like that. That's what I would love. And just the pain and disappointment of launching something and then nobody wanting it or it not making any sales, that can be very real. And for a lot of people that has happened. I'm not great at launching collections. I tend to just go, oh, here's a new piece, here's a new piece. I don't always put out a whole collection. So I haven't really had that happen, but I've seen it happen to other people. And then somehow, I've seen it enough so it becomes a belief for me. And a belief is just something that you've told yourself over and over again. It's not necessarily a reality. You've just told yourself that. So now you believe it. So then I sort of had to look at the pros and cons. So to be able to apply for things or to at least get that collection out there, I maybe need a range of things. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do those range of things. I'll have a critter. I'll have the toadstools as like a fungi section, and then daisies and bird of paradise. And then I've got some little fairy bread ones that I'm working on. So if I've got a few different ones that I can at least use just to launch the collection, people are seeing it and they're like, okay, this is what she's able to do. And then I can build a collection around that. So it may be that I have a botanicals collection, but it might change. So I might get to the point where I don't like to, here comes the sun. So yeah, as I said, I might get to the point where I don't like doing the daisies anymore. Or maybe I make lots of daisies because people absolutely love them. And it's that thing that they want, and it's one of my best sellers. I might find that I do the bird of paradise and people love them because they're big and bold, or they hate them because they're big and bold. It's about working out what works, and I've got to put things out there in the first place. So it's about giving myself a bit of direction, I think, and just not panicking. We're in the very early stages of this collection. I can't afford to get to the point where I am sort of freaking out already. It hasn't even launched yet. I can't be freaking out before it's launched. I just need to calm down. I need to calm the farm. The farm needs calming, people. It needs calming. And I just need to stop and just look at what I've got, work out what pieces I think will work well with what I've got, as just an overview of what I will have available. So yeah, it's about seeing things from a different perspective. It's about seeing things from like a much larger perspective. Okay, if I've got these pieces to showcase, I'm more likely to, get into X market or whatever it may be. If I've only got a botanicals range, maybe that's just not enough. I need to show that I will have different things. So yeah, in some ways I was maybe thinking too large scale, like I had too many ideas, and then I narrowed it down too much, and that then left me blocked and confused. And when I opened it up just that little bit, I was able to sort of say to myself, well, you know what? What do you need? What do you need to show people to be able to achieve what you want to achieve? And I think I've now got to that point. And so then when I knew what I would like to do, I'm like, okay, and once you've done that, is it going to achieve the goal that you want to achieve? Is it going to help you to have a portfolio as such to apply for different things? And when I realized that it probably wouldn't, because it would be too narrow, I'm like, okay, we need to expand it slightly. And that's what I did. So now I've decided which pieces I would like in the first launch of the collection, and I'm getting those done. And I am hoping that I will have enough pieces to be able to launch this week. And I want to be able to get at least one of those applications done this week. So it's about, first of all, finishing what I've started, because, you know, there's no point in ifs and buts if you haven't even got stuff finished. Like, that's the first step. And then it's working out where to go from here. I've got a waratah that I'm working on. Oh. I wasn't going to tell you about the waratah until later. I could edit this out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it there. I didn't want to tell you until it was kind of partly done. Oh, I'm a ruiner. I've just ruined it. Ruined the surprise. All right, I'm going to go. I've got a headache. I'm not feeling great. And now I'm grumpy with myself. Okay, it's been one of those days. It's been one of that, look, I've had a dog poo on my head all day and I am just flustered and hot and frustrated. I'm going to sit in front of the air conditioner and I'm just going to sulk, I think, for a little while, because I'm telling you what, days like today do not make it feel Christmassy at all. When you're sweating up a storm. I will see you again tomorrow for day 17. I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's definitely day 17 tomorrow, isn't it? Yes. I need to get a ton of videos edited and get them up because I am way behind. I think at the moment I'm only up to day 10 uploaded. So I need to get my act into gear. I think that might be tonight's task, is getting some videos edited and uploaded. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow, unless I am just a pool of sweat. I may have melted like the Wicked Witch. But hopefully I will see you tomorrow for day 17. Okay, take care of yourselves and bye for now.